I feel skinny though.
I'm glad.
Don't look at me like that, Natalie.
What? Like what?
You're like, bitch, you only did 2 workouts.
I literally was looking at myself in the camera fixing my bun.
Mm-hmm.
Does my bun look okay up close?
Yeah, you don't look too crazy.
Okay, cool.
Like that bitch.
I look like a mama. Okay.
You look tired, just like me.
I am. I am.
These legs hurt. Okay. ¿Qué lo que hay, mi gente? Welcome back to Two Drinks and a Ting. I'm your thing, Nathalia.
I'm Natalie.
Your girl has a lifestyle change. So she ain't drinking today, but she is not drinking alcohol. I am drinking water and she is drinking coffee because we're grown and we're fucking exhausted.
Facts.
Today, now, is the last pod of the year.
Party.
I forgot to tell you that. Yes. No, that's a lie. Probably 2 episodes will come out in December. Mm-hmm. Just because how are you going to have a pod without a Christmas episode and a New Year's episode? But today, because Thanksgiving is literally tomorrow. So, happy Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. We got a Reddit for you. She has a story for you. I've already given you everything I could for Thanksgiving. You're welcome. Before then, how are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Same.
As you said already. I'm so tired.
I'm feeling so exhausted. I don't know how you book talk bitches do this. I'm exhausted. I went to sleep yesterday at 1 o'clock to finish my goddamn book, and I woke up today at like 8 o'clock.
That's 7 hours, though. That's a decent amount.
And the grocery store, fucking packed. I didn't think it was going to be packed. I thought it was going to be, that's a lie.
I can imagine.
I had every intention of making the black bean and corn salsa dip thingy.
The one you promised me, yeah.
Time crunch. I had to eat. I had to get gas because my numbers were off. I was skimming by.
Hilarious.
So yeah, book talk. I don't know how the fuck y'all bitches be reading books back to back to back to back because I'm exhausted and I have a fucking headache. They must get paid for this bullshit.
But yet you keep doing it.
Because the books are so good.
That's crazy.
It's amazing. I told her about the book I was reading and she was not interested, but she was low-key interested.
I'm just like, listen, can we just work out? I don't want to hear about this dramatic, exhausting ass book. People dying, people getting trafficked, people getting raped. Like, bruh, I don't want to hear that while I'm working out.
But I told her about the serial killer female book that I was reading, and she's all up for it.
1000%. But she also didn't go into detail because that's something I would read.
Yeah, well, that's the reason I wouldn't go into detail. This book, I know you're not going to read.
1000%. I also don't want to hear about it.
No, she's going to hear about it. I have a 3rd installment.
And she's not allowed in my house anymore until she gets over
I have
it.
a 3rd installment. She has to hear about it because I already gave her the first 2.
I'm really not.
Yes, she has to. And then after that, she will never have to hear about that book. But the next book, I might have to tell her about too.
Right. Great.
You're so rude. Anyway, on with the pod, disrespectful. What were, if you have any, memorable Thanksgivings?
The one that's really hard because my family wasn't really a tradition family. Like we didn't have any traditions. My mom was like a party animal though, so she would always have parties in her house with me growing up. Like we always had people over, music, drinks, and all of that stuff. And I'm thinking about the first thing that comes to mind is when I was like 12. We had just recently moved here to Orlando from New York. Mm-hmm. And she had recently bought the house. And she loved having like, old Spanish ladies. They love having angels and all these things everywhere.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
All that shit. That was my dad's ex-girlfriend, Janet. She loved angels. Yeah. It was freaky.
My mom wasn't even like a religious person. She just enjoyed seeing them. And she was gifted like this really, like I would say it was a good 2 feet tall angel statue. And the hallway in my mom's house is narrow as hell, but yet she decided to put it there.
Blocking her door?
Bruh, I don't understand. So it was me and I believe my cousins were there and we were playing something and it was cold outside. So I ran inside to get a jacket. My jacket was inside my mom's room. So I ran past the angel to grab my jacket, the jacket that I wanted to wear. And on my way back out running, because, you're a kid, you want to go back outside, the jacket got caught on the angel and it fell. I didn't even stop. I didn't even stop. I didn't even stop. I said, I'm going to go. My mom, all you hear in the kitchen above all the music, because there was a bunch of music playing. What was that? ¿Qué fue eso? I ain't stopped. I don't know. I don't know who said what. I don't know what happened. I was outside. Oh my God. I went outside and not only did I drop the freaking angel, but in my distress.
Try cleaning it up?
I did not stop, Natalia. I legit just kept going. Like I heard it because I felt it get caught. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. I know where this is going to go. Let me just keep going before I get killed. I slammed the door. My mom doesn't do slamming doors. We don't do that here. Mm-hmm. Right? So I slammed the door and my mom ran to the front door and she yelled. She opened the door and yelled, Muchacha del Diablo, coño! Oh, I was like, what? And, you know, I was that kid that literally was like, I never did anything wrong. I'm like, what happened?
She's a liar.
Literally. I was like, what happened? Like, what's going I was outside. It wasn't me. Who else was it? Mm-hmm. Bitch? Like, you're the only one running around in the
and you're the only one who left outside slamming doors and shit.
Right. My mom went off. She cleaned up the angel. She didn't talk to me the rest of the night.
Damn.
And then she had to explain to the lady that got her the angel what happened.
How long did you have the angel for before you broke
like
it?
A week. Yeah.
Damn, Natalie.
It wasn't my fault. It was the jacket, bro. Nobody told the jacket to get caught on the damn angel.
No one told you to start flinging that shit around.
I was on my body.
What the fuck?
It was on my body. But it was like one of those knitted sweaters, so it got caught on. I think it was like the wing or something. I don't know, but
it was like on the
it was on a table, like some type of table-ish thing that my mom had on it. Girl, it was a mess. The whole thing was just a mess, and I literally ran for my life. And I did the fact that I did not stop, and I just
did she hit you once you got back inside?
Thank God she did not. So I think after the age of like 10. My mom realized that hitting me didn't do anything. Oh. She realized, though, that her giving me a cold shoulder would make me, like, regret my whole life. Oh. So she used that to her advantage. Even now, she'll still use that to her advantage. Didn't I tell you when I got my first tattoo? She literally didn't talk to me for 2 weeks.
No, but I remember.
Oh, yeah, you were there. You were there. I forgot.
We had just gotten it, or she had just gotten, and I was like, oh, my God, did you tell your mom? No, but we're going to go do it now. Girl, we walked in and Natalie brings in our friend Gabby to go talk to her. Like, oh, this is Gabby. And we're just introducing pleasure. And she's like, oh, you know Natalia. I'm like, hi. And then she was like, Mommy, do you want to see something? Mind you, Gabby is still in front of Natalie. So Gabby's just like, eyes wide open, like, oh my God, why would you do this with me here? And she was like, look at my new tattoo. Shows her leg, because it's on her leg at the time.
It's still there. It's a tattoo. It's not going nowhere.
Okay, well, it's there. And she was like, look at it. And then her mom, I think she thought it was fake or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Gabby was just there. She's so pissed. She's like, what the fuck? Why would you do this while I'm here? But her mom didn't react when we were there.
She literally, no, I mean, even afterwards, she just stayed quiet. She didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. 2 whole weeks.
And her tattoo, you can't even see it.
Yeah. My mom was not happy.
That shit was so funny.
I still talked. Gabby was petrified. She was like, why would you do that?
And it was her first time meeting her mom. She was just like... And I'm in the back. I was like...
I honestly didn't think my mom was going to react that way. Like, I know that she hated tattoos at the time. Now she doesn't care. I just didn't think she was going to react that way.
Girl.
She gave me the whole silent... No. And so, you know my tattoo here, right? Mm-hmm. My biggest tattoo. I got that while in the summer, during the summer.
When she was in DR?
When she was in DR. And I didn't tell her about it. So I literally just kept it covered until one day I was like, it's fucking hot and I want to wear a tank top. Damn it. It was during the summer. Mm-hmm. So finally I just walked out like if nothing. Again. I don't know. What are you talking about? I literally walked out in a tank top and my mom was looking at my arm. Like she just kept looking at my arm. Didn't say not one thing, but kept looking at my arm. We finally sat down to eat lunch together. She was like, what is that? What are you talking about? I was like, hey, don't touch it. Hold on. Don't touch it. It's new. Oh, yeah, I got this tattoo. when did you get that? When you were in Dominican Republic? And then she gave me another silent treatment for like a good 4 days.
Mind you, she's like 19 or 20.
Something like that.
So it's not like she was a teenager doing shit behind people's backs.
So I think what made her more upset is, I don't know if you remember, this was done in 3 different parts.
I remember you had
I had the roses,
rose, the quote, and then the clock.
Right. I had gotten the roses that summer.
Okay.
And she wasn't about it. And then when I had added the clock, but remember before
it wasn't done nicely or
right,
completed.
it was somebody practicing their tattoo skills on me, and he did a horrible job. But it is what it is. But when she found out I got the clock done in her house,
oh, yeah,
that's when she was like, "What the fuck?"
Because it was like a tattoo party, right?
Not necessarily. So it was a guy that I considered my brother.
Uh-huh.
It was his brother that came. He was practicing in the studio, and he was like, "Yo, are you sure? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine, whatever." He literally used like a lid of something to outline the circle. Yeah, I mean, he does really good work now,
but in the
beginning, and at that point, I was like, "It is what it is." He at least it's straight.
That reminds me of my father. I didn't tell him I got my tattoo. My mom knew about it because my sister took me to go get my first tattoo and stuff like that. But I didn't tell my dad for a year and some change because it's right here on my shoulder blade or like my collarbone, whatever this is. What is this?
That's just your shoulder to me.
Okay, well, it's on my shoulder, and it's my grandmother's signature with her dates on it. And he doesn't like tattoos. He doesn't like tattoos. He doesn't like piercings. He doesn't like none of this bullshit. Typical Dominican. So I didn't tell him. I was always able to cover it up. I was never like out in these streets wearing spaghetti straps. That's not something I do. So I was like, okay, it's whatever. But then he's like, oh, we're going down to DR. Bitch, I know he gonna see this shit because it's hot. So then I was like, okay, cool. I came up with all these things and scenarios of what I was gonna tell him, of what I was gonna do. And I had found out recently that his oldest daughter, Paola, had gotten matching tattoos with her sister, Pamela. So I was like, okay, this is my end. I'm going to tell him. I'm like, Papi, I'm really sad about Abuela still. I really want to get a tattoo to memorize her. He was like, where's it going to be? I'm like, I don't know. It's probably something small. Something right here. He was like, do whatever you want. It's your life. My children don't listen to me anyways. All that bullshit. So I didn't get it yet. Or I didn't have that conversation because before we went to DR, I was with Gabby.
Oh, Lord.
We were walking in the Fashion Square Mall.
Oh, God.
And as I'm walking, I have my jacket off. And we were there to get, I think, piercings. I don't think I had my nose piercing, but she had her septum pierced.
Yeah.
So I went with her to Spencer's and we were just walking and stuff like that. Why the fuck do I see my father in the window display of Famous Footwear looking at these Nikes and shit with his wife? And I scared. He looks up and he sees me and I'm just like, ha ha ha. I have my jacket in my hand and I
throw it over
my shoulder. So I'm like, hi, Bobby, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm here to buy some shoes for DR. Like, what are you doing here? And then, just introduce the pleasantries, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Scared for my fucking life, bitch. Because he put his arm on my shoulder and he was about to move it. I'm like, oh, no, don't move it. It's okay.
Hilarious.
He saw it eventually because I wore a dress down in DR and he just rolled his eyes and he just walked away. I was just like, okay, well, you can't really say shit about it.
Yeah. You knew about it.
Basically. And then when I got this tattoo, he didn't really care.
Yeah. I feel like it took my mom like 4 tattoos before she was like, hold on. Before she was, hold on. But yeah, after a while, they just like, whatever, dude. I think she was most upset because she expected differently from me than my siblings because they had so many tattoos. But now I'm pretty sure I out-tattoo both of them. Mine aren't as big as I only have one big one. I guess 2 big ones.
Kind of 3 because that one's kind of big.
I forget about this one. But yeah, I'm just like, Mom, it's fine. It's okay. And I told her I want to get another one. She was like, you have a daughter and you still want to get another tattoo? I'm like, what does one thing have to do with another thing? Like, I'm confused. Yeah. And I was like, Mom, you should get a tattoo. Like, we should get matching tattoos. Sí, en el culo mío. On my ass, for those who don't speak Spanish. And I'm like, yeah, you can do that. That's fine. I mean, live your life, ma'am.
I remember when I was a kid, I had all these tattoo ideas and shit like that. Thank God I didn't get any of them. One of them was like a rosary on my foot that I wanted.
Ugh.
I wanted angel wings on my back.
Oh, God.
And I was obsessed with cherries. I wanted, my favorite number is 23. So I wanted 23 cherries going down my back. The Lord knew what he was doing when he made me broke and when he made me afraid of my mom's fucking reaction. Mind you, my mom, she claims she doesn't care, but she does give a fuck.
Yeah.
I remember I wanted my industrial bar for the longest fucking time. And then one day Natalie's like, well, I'm going to do my septum piercing. Want to come with me? I know a spot. And I was like, sure, why not? I go with her. And I'm feeling rich. I'm feeling nostalgic. And I'm like, yeah, let me get my industrial bar. That bitch hurt like a motherfucker. She ended up dropping me off home like midnight or some bullshit like that. And my mom was sleeping. The next morning, I deliberately sat on the opposite side of her because my industrial was on my right ear. I sat on the left, on her right side, so she can look at my left side. My stupid brother fucking sits down next to me on the right hand side, and he looks. He's like, "Ooh, mommy, she got her ears pierced, and she's acting so dramatic. Yeah, what? Let me see. Mind you, she didn't want me to get my second hole." So I was just like, oh, this thing, it's red, it's crusty, like it fucking hurts. She looks at it, this bitch grabbed my ear and was looking at it, Nathalia, ¿qué es eso? And I was like, oh, it's just a piercing, mommy. It's not that serious. And she was just like, oh my God. She acted like I had a sex tape or some bullshit. Like, bro, it's a piercing. It's not that serious. And I'm like, why are you snitching for? And then the next week he came home with a full-on sleeve on his fucking arm. Amazing. And she was pissed off at him. She smacked his new tattoo. I'm like, yeah, bitch, that's what you fucking get.
Literally. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. But thank God for time and evolution, because then I would be looking real stupid with all these stupid tattoos on me and shit.
I mean, I can't say I regret any of mine.
Didn't you say you wanted a chest piece?
At some point, yeah. When I was younger, I used to want a chest piece.
Thank God you did it.
I know, facts. 100%.
What was it going to be about?
I have no freaking idea. I have no idea what the hell. What the hell? I don't know where my mind was at that point in my life, because if there's one thing I would still do that I said that I would do when I was younger is my eyebrow piercing. Oh, God. I want to get my eyebrow pierced so badly, but there's so many thoughts that go through my head now before actually going to do it. Like, I'm going to look so mean. I'm not a mean person.
But maybe that will deter people from talking to you.
Which I would really appreciate. However, I don't think that matches my career goals nowadays in life. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, I'm sitting that one out. Maybe one day I'll get it done. Everybody has been telling me, I think the past few months, that I look good with either a Monroe or like a lip piercing. I'm like, huh. And I kind of miss my septum.
You did say you wanted to get your septum again.
I just don't think I'm willing to go through that pain again. Because that septum piercing, remember, I got it done not once, not twice, but 3 times.
That bitch was already halfway open. She's like, the third time we went to a different piercer. Oh, that went easy. That's my third time.
How'd we get on this conversation? Parents, Thanksgiving, my mom hated me. She doesn't talk to me. That's how we got here. I think the last time my mom hit me, getting back to that, was like when I was 16. 16? Yeah. And she hurt me.
My mom, I think the last time she hit me was, I think when I was 13. She smacked me in my mouth and that bitch hurt. And it was a roundabout,
that
too.
Shit, bruh. My mom's done that to me before.
Girl, you know that scene? I You know that scene from like A Diary of a Mad Black Woman? Yeah. Where she smacks the fuck out of his head? Yeah. Me. Yeah. I was gasping.
A whole concussion.
Girl. And then the whole entire time, because it was in my mom's old house, her boyfriend was cleaning dishes and there's a viewing. He's cleaning dishes. He's like...
Oh my God.
Oh, that bitch hurt.
Yeah. No, my mom, when she did a roundabout on my ass, it was in the car. She was driving. And me and her were having a heated conversation as per usual. Mm-hmm. And, you know, she still talks about this. I'm the lawyer of the family. I never shut up. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm going to have a rebuttal for everything because I try to understand what the fuck I did. And she kept giving me like these dirty looks. And I was like, what did I do? Like, what the heck did I do to you? I'm confused. Like, and then she would try to tell me what I did. And of course, me with my rebuttal, like, but that's not what I was trying to say. What I'm trying to say is da 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 da. And I had my finger like this. I was like, whatever, mom. Whatever. Pop. And she pop. Like my nail lifted. Like I don't even know how to explain because my tooth, I was like that. My nail lifted. And I was like, you see what you do? Iba a seguir, coño. She was so upset with me. She was so mad. Like literally, I was too busy looking at my fucking bleeding nail. And she gets out of the car. I didn't have keys to the house because I was out with her. She locked my ass out. So now, actually, me and her had this conversation last night when she called me. She was like, ooh, I can't wait to see how your daughter treats you. You're gonna know it. You're gonna pay for everything you did. And I'm like, bro, no, seriously, looking at my daughter, I'm like, your little attitude, you need a you're not even one yet. That's you need to calm that down. Side eye and all, which you've seen.
Girl, her daughter stay want to fight me. I'm like, listen here. I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to give you love and devotion. And she's like, I put my hand in front of her face. She's looking at me disgustingly. She's just like... And then she looks at Natalie or she looks at her husband and they're just laughing. I'm like, and I'm auntie in training. I'm trying to break down the stroller. I'm trying to get her out of the car seat. I'm trying to be there just in case emergencies happen. You know what I mean? And she does not give a fuck. She hates me.
She's hilarious. But I'm just like, little girl, I feel it in my bones that I'm just going to be that mom that is like, I have to laugh or else I'm going to pound you in your face.
Girl. And she has a side eye.
She has the biggest side eye.
She does what the fuck she wants.
She really does.
Natalie would be like, what are you doing? And then she'll like look at her.
Or just throw her bottle. I'll be like, nah, And she'll be like, oh.
And then she's like, get it.
Literally. And then starts laughing when I bend down to get it. Like, you're rude.
R.I.P. to your sanity. This happened in Thanksgiving, but I also broke a statue. But I think this is the reason why my life is in shambles and I'm shit. I was playing like catch with my dog at the time, Jack. Mm-hmm. And my brother was there. We were both throwing the ball back and forth. I threw it too hard, and the way my mom's house was set up is once you enter in, there's a San Lazaro right there with his candles and all that stuff.
Saint Lazarus.
I don't know the significance of San Lazaro or the Virgin Mary. I just know they're in my house and they're chilling. And they got all the pennies. That's all I know. Okay. So when you walk into the house, immediately there's a table and his what's the word? Shrine. Yeah. So it's like a shrine. So basically, you have him there. You have my mom's purple rosary beads, and you have his pennies, and then the candles are lighting, and then it has water and the thing you told me about your mom fed you to kill you.
Alcanfor.
That one. It was there floating. Mm-hmm. So then that's how it is when you first enter into the when you first enter into the foyer of the house. I played the ball and I threw it and it hit him and he fell, he tumbled, he broke. Ooh. We didn't tell my mom because she had that statue since 1994, so the year I was born. Sheesh. And this was probably 2006. So I think I was 12 at the time, so that was 12 years old and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So we didn't tell her because we knew she was going to flip her fucking shit. Yeah. So we were able to prop him up and make him look whole. And then...
At least you tried.
I so fucking did. He was like, we're just not going to say nothing because... we're not dealing with this bullshit. So I think 2 days later, fucking Jack's dumb ass goes to the area and he's sniffing around the area. He's and like, my mom's looking at him like, why is he sniffing around the statue? Like, there's nothing there. So as she gets closer to inspect, she sees the candle wax down the skirt and she pays attention. She sees that he's crooked and jacked up. So she's just like, Gabriel, Nathalia, come out here. And I was just like, oh, fuck, she knows. So then I come out and she's like, who broke him? And I'm just like, what? Who broke San Lazaro? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, mommy. Someone broke him. Oh my God. I was like, dang, ma, I don't know them. Maybe there's spirits around here. I can't help
That's literally
you.
what I would have said.
And then my brother snitched on me.
Hilarious.
You can't trust nobody. And I think that's the reason why I had bad luck.
That's so funny. I don't think my siblings ever snitched on me. As harsh as we are, I think I know I was always a snitch. Because I'm not getting in trouble if I don't have to. However, they never had anything to snitch on me about. I never really told them like crazy shit like that. You know, I don't think so.
I feel that, but both of the times he was there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have told you shit either. The fuck? But he was there both fucking times.
That's
and
what
I'm
happens
like,
when you're close to a sibling growing
this is
up.
fucking bullshit. And I'm just like, it was an accident, but then I guess it's the fact that I lied and I doubled down on my lie that she was pissed the fuck off. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
You know, that's crazy. Maybe that's why my mom, well, no, my mom just had anger issues too. But I think that's another reason why my mom would get mad because I always acted dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I was acting like, what are you talking about? I still do that shit to this day sometimes. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. Like, what? What? It wasn't me. Like, I would never. And in the back of my head, I'm like, bitch, you was alive?
We're like, dang, it took you a while. Shit. I was just shocked. I thought we had enough time, but Jack's dumbass is over here sniffing shit. But yeah, that was the only time I actually broke something and I like lied about it. And I think that's why I had bad luck.
I don't think so because I've lied a lot when I was growing up.
But you never defaced a spiritual statue.
I broke an angel.
That's an angel though. They're pretty generic.
Wait.
They're generic. This is an actual like saint.
I guess.
Angels are angels.
Okay.
They're just fat babies with wings.
Okay.
Well, at least the angels I've seen.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not the kind of angel I broke.
Oh.
It was like a big lady with a big gown and she was majestic looking. She was really pretty, glitter and everything.
Damn.
However,
she had to go. A cheater once said, and it's just a bunch of threads of people responding to.
Oh, Lord.
Believe what you want. Did I ever give you any reason to doubt me? You want me to admit to something I'm not doing. We're not even together for real.
Oh, that's hard.
On my dead granny's soul, I ain't fuck that bitch.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so in love with you, babe. I've never felt like this way with anyone. Nah, that's just my cousin. I'm sorry it won't happen again. You gonna believe me or your eyes? I heard Am I the Asshole of this guy cheating on his girlfriend. She finds out that he cheated on her and he's just crying. He's sobbing. He's on his knees. He's begging for her to not leave him. And she's just like, no, fuck you. Fuck that bitch. I'm not staying here. Fuck all this shit. And he's just snot nose ugly crying and shit. In a split second, he gets off his knees, wipes his face. He's like, fuck you then, bitch.
No, but for real, that's the shit that happens sometimes. And I'm like,
humans are scary.
Yeah. Hurt humans.
It's like you literally just did a performance for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
That brings me also to like my old roommate.
Her psychotic ass?
This bitch crazy. So I had an ex-roommate. She had a situationship. And it was so funny. It was during COVID. And she wanted him to come over. And he was like, no, we're on curfew. I can't go over. So her ass was like, I'm going to pretend that I hurt my foot and no one's here and I need help. So I'm laughing because it's funny.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, your foot doesn't look hurt. I think you need to put makeup on it. So I'm just like telling her what she needs to do. So she's putting makeup on it. She's like, does this look bruised? And then I was just like, yeah, it looks good. She takes a picture and she sends it to him. And he's like, holy fuck, damn, that looks really bad. You need to go to the hospital. She's like, I can't even move my foot. Natalia's not here. She's with a friend or whatever. Can you come pick me up so you can take me to the hospital? And he was just like, no. At that time, we lived in Orlando and he lived in Ocala. That's like a 2-hour drive. This bitch, like nothing, crying. Her real tears in her fucking eyes, and I'm looking at a performance and I'm scared. I was like, He's like, I just fell. Like, I don't know what happened. I think I just missed my footing and now it hurts really bad. I need your help. Can you please come over here? Da, 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 da. He was like, call an ambulance. No, I don't have money for an ambulance and I can't even move. Da, 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 da. And he finally is convinced to come over. He's like, all right, I'll be there when I'm there because it's 2 hours away. She literally hangs the phone up with him
and starts laughing.
and starts laughing. He's like, fucking dumbass. And she's like, we'll see what happens.
That's so much energy.
That's wild.
That takes so much energy. Like, that's exhausting. And I knew her.
Yeah.
And I've seen her. And I'm just like, I'm tired just looking at you. I'm tired.
It was tiring living there. And I'm just like, eventually he got caught because the sheriff stopped him. He was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we have curfew. And he tries to explain everything. They almost wanted to give him a ticket. So he called. He opened up another one of this bitch. It was amazing to hear because I was laughing. I was like, damn, you're so stupid. But also,
you kind of deserve that. Yeah.
Who just wakes up one day, he's like, I'm going to try to get you in trouble because I want you over here 2 hours away. Yeah. It just didn't make no damn sense. But her performance had me scared.
Yeah. I mean, it's also quite crazy, just going back to the cheater thing, going back to like the stories or the manipulation that could happen. Gaslighting that could happen. Like I literally remember hearing, oh, she's just a friend. What you tripping about? I don't talk to my friends like that. So I'm confused. And you're going to sit here and be like, oh, we're just different people and da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da. And then turn it around on me like, oh, but you're the bitch and you're just not nice and da-da-da. First of all, who you calling a bitch? And I think that's like the whole, when it comes to cheating, girl, you know how I feel about it. I'm chopping you in your throat. No, now I have a daughter.
Someone's getting castrated.
So somebody's going to get hurt and it won't be me. And I'm just like, I don't know. And it's not even the matter of like, I have to do something to hurt you. Mm-hmm. It's more so of just me not being there and putting up with it that I know is going to hurt you because you did that to yourself. Mm-hmm. And at our big age, I just think about like all the foolishness that I've gone through like in the past with exes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I put up with so much. People really don't realize how crazy I could have gotten. Mm-hmm. And the ones that did see the crazy, they literally just were like, whoa.
But your crazy was a different type of crazy.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Like, because I remember the scenarios. I'd be like, oh, fuck no, I would have done this and this and this. And then when she said, oh, no, I'm going to do this and this, I'm like, oh, that's a different level of intellectual crazy. I was like, I would have never thought of that. I know.
Yeah. And and it's not even like I want to say like I'm crazy. No, it's not the sense of that I'm crazy. It's just like I've already thought the scenarios that people have put me in, I've already thought about them happening. I'm an overthinker.
She's a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo. I'm an overthinker.
Seriously, like the performances people do, because men and women, as you've heard, it's just like, just leave.
That's literally
just fucking leave. I don't understand. Like, you're always complaining.
Right.
Like, you act like there's not many, like, fish in the sea. There's women who are nicer than her. There's men who are more caring than him. It's just like, just fucking go.
But that's not even the case. Sorry to cut you off. But at that point, it's like a lot of times when people cheat, it's because they think the grass is greener.
Yeah.
Especially as we get older.
The story I told you about the Reddit, the one where this guy, he was married to his high school sweetheart for 25 years. And then he saw this coworker, had an affair with her. I think she was just like in her early 20s. They were in their early 40s. So he had an affair with her. The wife found out and the wife left him. So he was just like, well, I made my bed. I had to lay in it. Right. And he ended up being with the coworker. The coworker crazy because he had a house and he left it to his wife and his kids. She was like, that's your house. We'll go do what we're going to do. The girlfriend didn't like that. The girlfriend was like, why is she going to keep the house for? That's your house. You inherited, da-da-da-da-da. He was like, it's my family's house. My wife and my ex-wife and my kids are going to live in it. Right. She didn't like that, so she brought it up to the ex-wife. And he was just like hurt. He was like, don't ever tell my ex-wife what I'm going to do. And that was that with them. But then he was calling her up saying like, oh, I'm sorry, what Brooke did or some shit like that. And then the ex-wife was like, it's all good. When are we going to talk about the divorce?
Right.
This man was like choking up and shit. He was like, I can come by the house tomorrow. Does that. Hangs up the phone and starts bawl crying because now he's stuck with the thing that he ended up leaving his wife for.
Yeah. I don't understand. That's the things that I don't understand, because this is your high school sweetheart. And the thing about a woman, I would like to say, when a woman is done. She's done. Not all men can say the same thing, though.
Yeah.
And I watched this TikTok one time it was like this type of tour thing, podcast tour, I don't know, that she was explaining what an emotionally intelligent man is and how he is. Like, if you want an emotionally intelligent man, then you have to know that he's not going to accept less than what he provides. And he will walk you to the door and walk you out of the house, escort you out if you're not able to provide, or if you disturb his peace, or that type of thing, which I agree with. Yes, 100%. But that's so hard to find in a man nowadays. And then when you, as a woman, you put yourself in a position where it's like, I've gone through this, I've done everything I can possibly do, and you do that to me. Why do I have to try to fight you? What am I fighting for at this point? You know what I mean? Like, yes, of course, there's situations where I'm like, some people are able to work through that, and I commend that for them. I don't think I would have that in me, and that's just me being honest, because that's a lot. That takes a lot. The way that would crush my soul.
I don't have the energy, but also back to crushing souls and shit. I have too much self-respect for myself to get less than what I deserve. So if I know I'm better off and I've been better off without you, and you do this to me after I've opened up and all that bullshit, that's it.
Yeah.
But then also, I'm too prideful to get hurt and then let you back into my life like nothing fucking happened.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
That's work, baby. You need to do work on that.
Clearly,
you need to work on that.
Clearly, but I can't do that bullshit. Like, I'm not fucking saying sorry to you. I didn't do shit wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying as an adult, you have to work on that, because pride could be so bad and it can mess up so much. It could. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not a therapist. I'm just saying, talking out of experience. But I also think it depends on the level of relationship that you're in.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, if I met you 3 months, bye.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Like, I would say, this might sound weird, but you know this about me already. Like, when you're dating, like, yeah, we're dating, but technically I'm still single, in the sense of like, you're not allowed to hurt me the way my husband would be allowed to hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, the things I would put up for you are not the things that I put up for my husband, in that sense, you know? Two different Natalies. 100% two different Natalies. And I would like to say that about anybody that I know that's married, that it's different, because yes, you work for what you want to have in a relationship, but if I'm not married to you and you mess up that way, I'm scared to find out how you would mess me up in a marriage.
I never understood that, because I understand what you're saying. So, like,
but again, that might just be me.
No,
so.
I think the same way, because there are people that I've known who have a tumultuous relationship with their partners, and they go to like counseling, or they do all these, they use all these tools to rebuild trust after someone has lied and all that stuff, and they're just boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, you got me fucked up. I'm not doing all this extra hard work to not reap the benefits after a certain point. Yeah. Like, I get it. A lot of people say, which I understand and I believe, that if you're going to get married with somebody, you should start couples therapy 100%. Before, so you can be able to have the tools and have the communication and foundation on how to maintain your relationship before you get married. Right. I understand that. But if you're going to counseling because someone wronged you, versus as a preventative, that's too fucking much. Yeah. Especially if the relationship, when the indiscretion happened when you were a year into a relationship with a person. That's how I think of, like, you're doing too much as a fucking boyfriend and girlfriend. As a wife, that's something different. If you have more than just yourself in here, like if you have a kid, I understand where you want to try every effort because it doesn't sit right with you to stop. I mean, I don't understand, but then again, I don't understand people's relationships. Right. That just wouldn't be me.
I just think of it as it's not, maybe to me, it's not the time that matters, it's the intention behind it all, how I see it. You're in a relationship with somebody and you have no intention on marriage, but that's like a, both of you guys just decide, oh, we're not going to get legally married. Because that legality makes a very big difference in it all.
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody says. No, marriage is not just a piece of paper, but that legality of it all makes it a lot.
I mean, that piece of paper is very important.
100%.
When it comes to health, finances,
everything.
All this bullshit.
So if you both have made the mutual decision, we're not going to get married, this is like for lifer type of thing, and you decide to do that counseling, I get it. But if you want to get married per se, but it's just not there yet in the relationship, and you have to go to counseling because you guys aren't able to figure that out, maybe it wasn't meant to be figured out. You know, like, and I'm not saying like just give up, but I'm just saying like, why does something in that sweet time of being in a relationship, why is it so hard?
Yeah.
That's what I don't comprehend, and I don't think at the time when I was single, I would be willing to go through that with somebody I would consider my boyfriend. Now, on the other hand, me being married, 1000%, I believe that counseling is super important. Doesn't matter if you're 3 months into the marriage, 6 months into the marriage, a year, whatever, 10 years. I feel like, and I've heard people that have been married a lot longer than I have, counseling saved us. Yeah. Because this is you are an ever evolving human being. The person I am now isn't the person I was when I first got married. You know what I mean? So you constantly have to develop and fall in love and all this other work that comes with it. So when you come to the point where in a relationship, we're dealing with cheating and blah, this extra stuff, all this extra baggage, that's really optional. I don't want it. I don't gotta take it. I'm leaving. I'll start somewhere else over there. I'll find somebody else that won't give me all this extra baggage, that won't give me all this extra work, that won't give me all this extra hurt. Because now you gave me another scar that my future, let's say, husband is going to have to deal with.
I think lying as an adult is fucking crazy.
1000%. Unless it's my mom yelling at me, I'm lying. If I, that's different. That's different.
Parent,
I'm lying.
I'm lying. But if it's a partner,
yeah, no,
fuck you.
Yeah, that's
I'll
crazy.
probably be nice and like sugarcoat something, but I'm not gonna be lying. Like what's the purpose of lying? Like,
yeah,
that just don't make no damn sense. Okay, off cheating, but cheating is an ever evolving bitch.
It's something people need to stop.
For facts.
You're hurting people. Like, why are we hurting people?
It makes absolutely no sense.
Nobody likes to be hurt. I don't get it.
Have a Reddit. This goes back to the original thought of the pod, Thanksgiving.
Oh, right.
We detoured, but last episodes will do that to you. Am I the asshole for not going to Thanksgiving at my brother's new house?
Oh, am I supposed to answer that? Yes. Just by the title?
Just by the title.
Am I the asshole for not going to Thanksgiving for my brother's new house? I don't think so. No. You do what you want. And if you don't want to do that, then no.
This was a year ago. My brother and his wife just bought a house earlier this year and wanted to host Thanksgiving at their house this time. Typically, I host and my mom and I do all the cooking and cleaning, but this year I received a pretty upsetting medical diagnosis. Because of this, sister-in-law said she would host and cook. Every year, mom and father-in-law spend Thanksgiving at our house, as do my parents, brothers, sister-in-law, and all the children. I spoke with my brother about Thanksgiving yesterday and mentioned that my in-laws are excited to see their new house. He said he was excited to have everyone together, especially because he just decorated their house. We made a plan for who was bringing what food. Late last night, my sister-in-law sends me a text saying, no offense to me or my in-laws, but they only want their families to attend. Basically, she was saying my mother-in-law and father-in-law are not invited. I was under the impression that it was the same Thanksgiving we have every year, right, but moving it to a different house this year. There's no way I can tell my in-laws they aren't invited to Thanksgiving. So now I feel like I have to host Thanksgiving dinner at my house. hosting, cooking, cleaning up the house, and then attend the gathering at my brother's house
Absolutely not.
will wipe me out. There's no way I can basically do both, so I'm not going to my brother's this year. I know he will be upset since it's their new house. Am I the asshole for not attending my brother's?
No.
I
Why?
don't.
Like, what? That's stupid.
Mhm.
Like, you know the tradition. At that point, it's a tradition.
Mhm.
And because of this one mishap that was out of her control, her
Mhm.
medical diagnosis, she's not able to do that. She doesn't have the energy. You offered to
Mhm.
take up the tradition,
Mhm.
but yet you're trying to change the tradition.
And like you said, it's a tradition. They come
Come
every
every
single
single year.
year.
It's no
You know
surprise.
them.
Yeah. It's not a surprise. So why, like, yes, she has the right to want whoever she wants at the house,
Mhm.
but this lady, whoever's writing it, doesn't, it's not her responsibility to feel like the asshole for not going over there because the other lady is fucking up the tradition.
But I feel like, yes, I agree. You have every right to say who comes in and out. But when you take that form of responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
you basically should it be accepting it with the understanding people who you may not know very well will be coming to your house because
Right.
it was at one location, but now you're taking that responsibility. So now it's going to be at your location.
Mm-hmm. I get you. I'm just looking at it as like, I'm not okay with it. I wouldn't be okay with it in general. So no, I don't think she's the asshole.
There was an update to it. My brother called me earlier to say he and his wife talked last night and she was absolutely against my in laws attending. She didn't have a valid reason. My brother didn't agree with her at all, feels she's being unreasonable, and told her she needs to be the one to tell me they aren't invited because he was not supporting her decision. He then said he and the rest of the family will be coming to my house and attend Thanksgiving as if it were another year. They, along with my husband, will be taking over all the hosting, cooking, and cleaning responsibilities. It sounds like my sister in law is going to host her family at her home.
Damn.
I know there were a lot of questions and I tried to answer them individually, but no, sister-in-law and my in-laws are absolutely not strangers. We have spent holidays together as one big family for years.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really hard to not feel like she is purposely excluding them. Neither myself, my husband, or my brother can think of any reason she has for doing this other than to exercise some form of control over the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's just so much work.
I mean, as a controlling person, I wouldn't. If I know that I can't keep on the tradition, I wouldn't have offered to take it over. Because no, I don't want all these people in my damn house. Damn, I guess we're changing up the tradition, guys, this year.
But then it's just like, okay, I know you had a diagnosis. Why can't people cook it and bring it like a potluck and still have it at your house and then bring
I
the
think
food
that's what she's
over?
saying is what's
I
going to
think that's what they
happen.
ultimately like came to because
Right.
the father or the husband and the brother was just like, you make no sense.
Right.
We're not going to exclude these
But
people.
it doesn't sound like she didn't want to do that in the beginning. It sounded like the sister-in-law was like, hey, we're going to have a house. We'll just take it over.
She probably just did it so she can show off her new place.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, understandable.
But don't try to change the tradition.
Exactly.
That's
Stop trying to exclude people. Like, on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Especially like with you, like you said, they all know each other. It's been like, it just doesn't make sense.
It's years. It's a tradition.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Like, that's so weird. Traditions are odd because in my family, like I said, we weren't a traditional family. Like, we didn't do traditions much. I would love to have a tradition with the family that I've created.
Is that this year?
I don't know. I'm making my first turkey this year. So let's hope and pray everybody eats it.
I hope it is.
It's very edible, hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully. But I'm just like, I would love to have a tradition. Just one. Just one. You know, and even stupid, silly sweaters and games whenever the baby gets bigger and stuff like that. But I'm just like, I envy those families that have traditions.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I want that. I just am not creative enough to think of one.
For me, my family also wasn't very traditional, but it was a matter of fact that for Thanksgiving, we go to my dad's house.
Right.
For Christmas, we go to my aunt's house. Like, that was very apparent. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it unless they can't do it or whatever. Yeah. But I was telling Christina that we don't have traditions. Yeah. Because she had traditions within her family. And I'm just like, yeah, I would love to. Right. But it's just me. So that didn't make no point for me to start this tradition unless when the time comes and I have my husband and maybe his family or whatever.
Yeah.
I would love to have that because I don't have that within myself and my
Right.
family.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, "Oh yeah, we do X, Y, and Z," and I'm like, "Oh, it's interesting." She's like, "Well, maybe you should start a new tradition, since it's just yourself and your dog and stuff like that." And I'm like, maybe, but I don't feel the desire to do that for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I feel that desire for
Christmas. Yeah.
And for Christmas, what I've made it apparent is for at least 1 year, I'm doing a new homemade ornament.
Yeah.
Last year was my Whoville sign.
Yeah.
Love that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then also last year, I built a fireplace to make it look cute. Like, that's my thing. And it's just to make me feel happy and jolly in my house that's sterile throughout the year. So, I don't know. Like, I've never had tradition. But if in this instance, if you have tradition, it's basically a blueprint.
Yeah.
Do the same shit over and over again.
Right. Exactly. It's not like anybody had a falling out or anything. It was just,
hey. You're just being rude.
Right.
I want to do a Friendsgiving, but the hosting...
I don't do that
is
shit.
very long, and then I would have to clean afterwards. But I think in my head, shit will pop. It will bang. I got games, okay?
Yeah, I'd be there. Maybe. Possibly.
You definitely would.
It depends on my anxiety level that day.
But yeah, I want to do Friendsgiving, allegedly in my head. Not this year, but probably like next year or something like that.
Hey, you
especially
should do it.
Before, like, when I do decide to like leave here, before I leave here.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't see why not.
I got games.
I know you do.
All right. Well, that brings... So you're not the asshole, which is your sister's...
Your sister-in-law is a
She's a
dummy.
see you next Tuesday.
See you next... Oh. Haha. I get it. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, trying to buffer since we can't be cursing people and stuff like that. But she planned that shit. Especially since she invited her family and she was like, okay, fuck it. I have my house, I have my family.
The fact that the brother was like, well, you have fun with that. I'll be over here.
He was like, I ain't telling my sister shit.
Yeah.
You the one who got a problem with it.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's so weird.
That's real. I like that. That's nice. Like, you could do what you want. I'm going to be over here.
I'm with my sister and my mama.
I'm going to keep my tradition going on over here. Since you want to try to change things up, you can change things up over there.
And she's probably just like, fine, I finally get to cook good
food. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the rift that caused?
That's exhausting.
That's so tiring. All because you don't want to change something just by inviting people over.
That was like kind of how I did another Am I the Asshole? It's similar to this, but her sister-in-law was pregnant. And the sister-in-law came with a list of shit. She was like, I don't want any poultry there because the smell will have me throwing up. We need to eat at this certain time because I need to take my nap. When I take my nap, I don't want to hear anybody playing games. Maybe we can just have a good conversation.
Girl, stay home.
And also, I don't want booze there because the alcohol smell gives me anxiety or like nausea. The lady looked at her thing and she was just like, she got me fucked up. She wrote a nice little thing. She's like, hey, I have no problem trying to come up with alternative dishes for you. But if my siblings want to bring the turkey, want to bring chicken, I'm not going to deny them. Also, I get it. You're pregnant. We won't be drinking at the table. But if they want to drink in the living room, they can do so.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not going to not exclude games because my niece and nephew are old enough. They participated last year. They loved it. We're going to fucking play.
Yeah.
And I get it that you might get tired. Excuse yourself to a bedroom, go to sleep, and then come back downstairs.
Yeah.
The sister-in-law was just like, wow, you're being such a bitch. You're not trying to accommodate me. Like, I'm pregnant. And then her the girl's brother jumped on the wife's bandwagon. We're not asking for much. We're only asking for a little bit. And then the sister's like, bro, you're asking for no turkey. You're asking for no chicken, no alcohol, no games. Bitch, don't come. So she basically says, like, if these are my rules, if you don't want to take them, don't come. And she uninvited her.
Yeah. It's literally that simple.
Don't come. Or come after.
Honestly,
or eat and leave.
Coming from somebody who's been pregnant during the holidays, baby, if I don't feel like it, I am not going. I am going to stay in my pajamas at home and sleep in the peacefulness of my home.
But thank God. I'm having dinner with the Caucasians. They start early as fuck. She said I gotta be at her house at 12. I'm like, say less.
Sheesh.
Early.
That's
And she was
crazy.
like, I hope you like games. Honey, break that Uno
That's so
out.
fun.
Don't fuck with me on the draw 4. I'm gonna get everybody. He was
That's
like,
so funny.
she was just like, oh yeah, good, because my brother and my mom usually win. I'm like, not this year.
That's
not this
so funny.
year.
I love that for you. That's so funny.
Girl, I'm ready. I'm invading people's traditions. Hey
Hey.
guys. And then I made sure that they liked rice and beans. I was like, that's what I'm gonna bring. She's like, you don't have to bring anything, but we'll take whatever you do. And I'm like, I'm bringing something.
Right.
And then I originally wanted to do coquito, but she said that her family doesn't drink at family functions. I was like, oh, okay, let's say less. I'll just do.
That's nice. That's fun. Okay, everybody's there.
Everyone's present.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, I can see that. Can't be my house, but
never. My dad.
That's celebrations.
My dad and uncle would probably have gone through 2 Heineken cases before they even seasoned and put the fucking Bed-Need in the damn pit.
While I'm making this turkey, you best believe I'm gonna be drinking. Like, what the hell?
Oh, for facts.
And I'm supposed to. I found out you're supposed to take 24 hours per 5 pounds.
I
of
told
turkey
you that
to thaw the.
Yeah.
Oh,
I told you that.
I read that, and I guess I didn't hear you.
Yeah, like depending on the weight is how long you're supposed to take it out.
Yeah.
Don't forget, babe, because
I'm not. I set an alarm, and I also have to prep the pumpkin pie. Yes, I'm making pumpkin pie, bitch. Nobody in my family's ever eaten it. I've never eaten it, but I'm like, listen.
That's your tradition, girl.
I'm gonna make something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, definitely bring Tupperware. I'm like, yeah, I will. I'm very excited. First time when I'm playing Uno. If you have any memorable Thanksgivings or if you have your own little Thanksgiving tradition, since we are on the lookout for some that are cute,
yes,
please put it in the comments below. Please. For everyone on YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell everywhere on YouTube. And for the audio listeners, please like, subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts. Anything else you'd like to say?
No. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Dos vidania.
Dos vidania.
Bye.
Bye.